Good morning. The sun is out, but the wind is still fierce and very irritating, but I'm gonna brave the elements because I have some what I think will be fun carpentry to do this morning, and I'm hoping you can try to guess what I'll be doing. But before I get to my slightly weird carpentry project, I was busy moving the clay yesterday out of the car tractor into the buckets out here, and I've mixed up some sand and clay ready to work on the wall inside. I just need to add water and straw. And let's go visit the seed babies because we have some life in the pepper tray, which is very exciting. Looks like we've got some jalapenos starting up. And I thought there was signs of life from the ghost chili as well, but it doesn't look like there is. So looks like we've got a jalapeno variety called Jedi on the way, which is very exciting. And got some tomatoes, lots and lots of dill, sunflowers, some have been munched, some haven't, some beans. And then this tray isn't doing so much. We've got some purple basil coming up, some Thai basil is making an appearance, some basil is coming, and this is a tomato. I forgot to label this one. This is coriander, written there last year, but that's definitely not coriander, and I didn't plant coriander, so that would be a miracle. And of course, frustratingly, the names that I wrote on in red are sort of wiping off. So this is not a bush pickle cucumber, it's a jalapeno. This one is a variety of jalapeno as well. So those are coming up. I don't know what that is. Maybe it says habanero. Anyway, who knows? It could be a surprise, but there's loads of life over here, and I'll be ready to pot stuff on very soon. So that's exciting. I might put the beans straight into the ground, into my hugel bed. But this morning is all about this weird project I'm going to be working on, and I want to see if anybody can guess what it's going to be. So I've got these two pieces that I'll use. I've got this leftover plank that I'll use. I'm going to chop these scrap pieces into something else. And I've got two wheels that are going to be used as well. And these are all the tools. I've got some measuring stuff, a couple different sizes of screws, the drill and the screwdriver and the saw. So nothing complicated, nothing fancy, but see if you can guess what it's going to be in the comments while I'm working on it. And I've also got a couple other carpentry projects I'm hoping to get done in this video. I'm definitely going to finish the closet wall with the clay I just got, and I'm hoping to finalize a design for the bottle wall as well. But right now, it's all about this weirdness, so let's get started. Oops, I forgot this. And I'm not sure yet, but I might need this. Okay, let's go. Okay, here it is. The weird thing I made. The wind is actually getting worse. Normally it calms down over the course of the day, but it's crazy out there and it's driving me nuts. Everything's blowing around, the tripod's moving everywhere. So I'm hiding in the polytunnel, and so is Mikey. He's come in as well. Hello. What do you think of this? What do you think of this crazy weather? You are not a fan. You're not a fan of it, neither am I. So I'm gonna go hide inside and work on the wall for the closet, finish that off hopefully. But I'm not gonna show you what this thing is until the end of the video, because if I put it in place now, it's gonna be in my way. So let that be a clue for you. See if you can guess. This is definitely function over style. Its only purpose is to help me create more space inside the tiny house. But it's crazy out here. I'm gonna go flee, hide inside. So I'll see you from the closet corner. I do not like this one bit. It's absolutely crazy out there and very unenjoyable. But luckily, I have work to do in the corner, and Mikey is back inside with me too, because neither of us are big fans of these windy days. You get to have a nap, but I've got work to do. Unfortunately for me, to finish the project, I actually have to go back outside to that wheelbarrow out there to mix up the clay, add the water and straw, and bring it back in where I can then continue to hide inside and work building the clay up. So hopefully this wall is dry enough and hard enough to be able to saw these slats out with the jigsaw without destroying everything. Okay, let's give it a go. I'm gonna start down at the bottom where, in theory, it's had the most time to dry. So the front seems fine, but the back has had some destruction. So this is just kind of shaken the dirt off, but it's not the end of the world. I can definitely repair that. So I've got another idea. Actually, that's a lie. My dad gave me an idea, which I think is really good. I'm gonna get the drill bit out, and I'm gonna use a fairly chunky bit, go through on each side, and that means the jigsaw just has less stuff to go through, less friction as it gets further through the piece of wood. So let's give that a go, and hopefully that works. I really hope this works, because I'm sick of dealing with this wall. Fingers crossed. I think this just might work. Okay, that'll do it. Thanks, Dad, for the idea. It's gonna do the job. So I'm just gonna keep going with this, and you'll see me again fairly soon with a wheelbarrow filled with clay, ready to put on the wall. Amazing. Well, that definitely went a lot worse than I was expecting it to. The idea was sound, but I'm pretty sure my ability to wield a jigsaw could use some improvement. I'm also using what's probably a really, really old blade, so I don't know if I was just rushing things, or if the blade is crappy, or if I'm just really bad at using a jigsaw. But I got it done in the end. I just happened to tear the wall apart in the process. But this is the beauty of cob. I can rip it off Got some here. It was flying all over the place. I can give it a little soaky soak. And then I can add it back into the pile, mix it all back in, and reuse it. Maybe soak it a little longer than that. But it's not the end of the world, and though it was a frustrating experience, I have the holes and they're ready to go. And yeah, sure, I've got a bit of extra work building up the wall again, but that's okay because I actually love working with cobs so much that it's not that big of a deal. So now I need to think about what the heck I want to do with these holes. Initially I was thinking of putting glass bottles in just to hold sort of a uniform space so that all of the holes are exactly the same size. Now I'm thinking that I might just go with caulk and balls. Now I'll definitely fill this one in. Now I'm thinking that I'll probably do holes that are a little bit more organic, oval, each one a little bit different. So let's just see how this develops. I still have to get this one out actually. I forgot about that guy. So I'll hack that last little piece out using the Japanese saw because I don't think this thing is going to cut it. That is well and truly destroyed. And once I get that final piece out, we'll get to work on making some holes. You know what? Maybe I will just rip it out of the wall. Nope, I won't do that. So I got it done in the end, but that is absolutely definitely not the way I would do this again in the future. In the future, if I decide to have holes in the walls, I'll probably build a frame, take the time at the beginning, build the wooden frame to accommodate wherever the holes are going to go, and then put the clay around that skeleton structure. I suppose with this one, I kind of decided at the last minute what I wanted, so I didn't have an opportunity to do it that way, but in the future, any future walls with holes or bottles, they'll be built in because this was not a fun experience and I have a bunch of repairs to do. So yeah, lesson learned the hard way. It wasn't too catastrophic. Everything can be repaired, but it was time consuming and annoying. So I've learned my lesson and I'll do things differently in the future. That's it? It's too windy out there for you, is it? You gonna stay in here? You gonna stay in here? Okay. Okay, here it is in all its glory. It's definitely weird, but I'm not 100% convinced yet if it's wonderful or not. I think maybe it could use a few more holes. I'm not really sure. But before I talk about that, let me get past the wheelbarrow and head outside because there's condensation on the window and it's a lot colder out here than I was expecting. This guy's cold. Come back inside. The sun is sort of shining. There's some clouds looming. We're due about a week of rain coming fairly soon. Very heavy rain, so I've got some stuff to prepare for that. But it's a gorgeous day and there's a chill in the air, which I'm happy to feel that because it was really, really hot last week, and for March that's quite concerning, so I'm happy the temperature is closer to what it's supposed to be. I'm a little bit sleepy this morning, and that's because last night the cats were in and out, in and out. They terrorized me, kept me awake. So I am going to need to figure out their shower cat door window thing. And before they can start using that, I have to make sure the shelves at the top of the wall are fastened on. So let's go in and take a closer look at the wall I made yesterday, and then my next task will be to get started on fastening those shelves on top of that wall. Oh, hello there. Are you feeling rested, mister? Because last night you were not the nicest cat to me. Very indecisive. He was going on adventures all night. So here's the wall. I think I like it. I think it looks cool. I just feel like there's something missing. I don't know. I've gone kind of with sort of oblong, organic shapes for the holes. Maybe they're a little bigger than I was expecting to have. I'm not really sure. I think it's going to look really cool when I start putting things on the shelves. And then I can have the light shining through from behind. Or maybe you won't even see the light. Or maybe the light will be kept off and these are just ventilation holes. Who knows? But I'm really happy with the shelves and the location of those. The holes, undecided. I think it's definitely unique. But I feel like there's something missing. So if anyone out there has any suggestions, let me know. Overall, I'm happy with it. And to be honest, I'm pretty amazed that I was able to pull this off after all those problems with the cutting the slats. But I got it done. Okay, I'm happy with that. It's on there pretty sturdy. I'll give this a sand and a linseed oil another day. And I'm also gonna add some trim along the bottom as well. And then this one over here is gonna be a lot more complicated because I want to put it on a hinge so I'm able to raise it up and down so I can access the tops of the bottles to change the lights out when needed. So I'm happy with how this is going, and I'll finish the rest off another day. So the rain came earlier than expected, which meant I've had to scramble to get some things covered up, do a bunch of stuff outside. But we have plenty of rainy days coming up ahead this week, and so I'm going to get to the bottle wall, hopefully during that time when I'm stuck inside. So I'm gonna say goodbye from the video, but before I do, I've got this mystery item, and I'm gonna show you what it's for. So it's a little cart gizmo, and it's gonna live in the bottom of the cupboard and rest on the front here. And it's for this amazing but gigantic battery that always seems to be in my way. So this thing won't fit in the cupboard this way because that battery's in the way, but I need to be able to pull it out to access all the stuff on the front. So I have it on a cart. Ta-da! It's a little wobbly, but it'll do the trick for now. So this battery has lived on my floor for a long time, along with loads of other electronics and charging things. I'm not even going to show you that area because it's too terrifying. But my plan is to have the battery down here. I'm going to build a little table over top of it and a shelf that's going to be more towards the back of the cupboard. And I'm going to put all of my charging stuff, batteries, electronics, and everything in here and get those wires out of my way. And one of the bonuses of the holes is that, in theory, I could stick things on the shelves to charge, put the wire through the hole, plug it in over here or down there, and all of my wires will finally be hidden away. What do you think about that, Pickles? He seems pretty into it. Okay, bye for now, battery. In you go. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't really have the correct wheels on the bottom of this thing because they're wobbly, so what I might do is super glue them straight. Or perhaps pick up some different wheels when I'm in town later on today. But you get the idea. I think the concept is sound, and it's going to allow me to keep this thing out of the way while still being able to pull it in and out as needed. So that's it from this video. I feel like I accomplished a lot, a couple of random things, and finishing off that cupboard wall has been really good as well. It's nice to tick another thing off my list, even though I do still have to give it a final render. But that'll come far into the future when I do the entire house all at the same time. So thanks for watching as always. I'm gonna say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.